It's time to have some fun, but not too much, and get focused, but not too finely, and stay passionate, but not too intently, unless, of course, you're a Muppet. You're listening to Acting for Community Theatre, a little show with big ideas, stories, acting tips, and a lot of heart for community theatre artists. I'm Barbra French. Today will be a fun take on what kind of community theatre actor you are by looking at some of our favorite Muppet characters. Your strengths and weaknesses, aptitudes and challenges, as well as your level of professionalism are all helpful things to consider when doing a self-evaluation. And while comparing yourself to an imaginary character may sound silly, stepping back and viewing yourself through a filter can be a very effective technique, so it doesn't quite feel so personal. So let's look at a few foam and fleece theater geeks and see what they can tell us about us. Let's start with Kermit. Realistic, helpful, always wants everyone to do well. And while he may not be the strongest actor, he unofficially leads the ensemble, plans rehearsals and Italian runs, offers to help other actors with their lines, and organizes social events. Kermit is the consummate professional, but he can get walked on if not careful, and that can cause burnout. So Kermits, draw some boundaries. Miss Piggy, the textbook diva. She cares about her craft and she works hard to do well. She craves adoration, has a lot of passion and maybe a fiery temper, and a big heart under all that seeming self-importance. Deep down, she's not so sure of herself. She needs to learn to think before she speaks. But most of all, Miss Piggy needs to learn to love herself a little bit more and not push people away. Fozzie Bear. This is a comic actor who simply loves what he does. He knows he's not the perfect clown, but he has a heart of gold and he never stops trying. Fozzie is a lovable character who is always ready to perform, but he should probably take a class or two to improve his skills. Animal is the definition of 150% commitment to a role every time. He knows his stuff. A serious veteran, Animal can totally lose himself in his art and become self-indulgent on stage if he's not careful, and that is not a good thing. Remembering that he is a performer first will help him from getting lost in the moment. Gonzo the stuntman. Gonzo gives it his all, and he takes all of his failures, bumps, and bruises in stride. The show must go on is definitely his credo. A workhorse of the theater, Gonzo is not afraid to take risks for the reward of applause and approval. He can be a little eccentric and misunderstood by others, however, and he takes way too much pride in being weird. Could his drive to stand out from the crowd limit his ability to truthfully interpret a character? Janice. She's chill, man. She's there for the good vibes, the community connection, and the love of theater. Nothing really upsets a Janice, and "it's all good" is her mantra. She's not the hardest worker. She may be late, or she may even forget a rehearsal because she didn't check the schedule, and she may decide that something is simply more important on that day. But she loves the artistic expression and collaboration. In some ways, Janice is like a closet diva, in that she really is in it for herself and does just enough to get by so that she can continue to do what she wants. Scooter. Organized, reliable, ambitious, detail-oriented, long-suffering, a stage manager, basically, and not really an actor, but he will get up on stage if it's necessary to pitch in and make the show a success. Every community theater has one. As an actor, Scooter can suffer from analysis paralysis, too organized, too much character analysis, and maybe too free with their opinions on what other actors, and sometimes even directors, should do. Beaker. Quiet, shy, but still waters run deep. This is an actor who can really surprise you. Beaker has a lot to offer and can really move an audience if allowed the time and the space to shine. The problem is that he doesn't say much, and directors may not know if he is struggling or doesn't understand something, and that might be Beaker's biggest pitfall. If he doesn't find a way to ask for clarification or tell someone when he's having a hard go of it, he just becomes frustrated, and all the learning, potential, and creativity stops dead in its tracks. Statler and Waldorf. These are the ultimate critics. They have a lot to say, and it's mostly negative. They can be lazy and are often in the restroom when others are pitching in to do something strenuous, like moving furniture or striking a set. Witty and entertaining, they are frequently right with their concerns, but their delivery can cause a lot of friction. Not many people will put up with a Waldorf for very long. Hopefully you can find one or two of these beloved characters to relate to. They can get you thinking about your own abilities and pitfalls, and about how other people may view you. For instance, if you just want to have some fun and aren't really all that serious about acting, sort of Janice-leaning, in other words, you'll be thought of fondly for your energy and your fun-loving nature, but you might not be taken seriously as an actor. If you're all about your passion and the work, like Animal, but you don't really have much self-control or awareness of the people and the sound, lights, props, blocking, exits, etc. around you, you are unlikely to get cast very often. If you're constantly telling the director, "My character wouldn't do that," or complaining about your costumes, or telling other actors how to do their jobs, like Statler and Waldorf, no one will want to work with you, even if everything you say is right on the money. On the other hand, if you show up on time, ready to go, if you do your homework and learn your lines, if you take blocking and directing notes, if you're supportive and kind to your fellow artists, whether that's being quiet and attentive when other actors are rehearsing, or thanking your director for their notes, or being respectful and grateful for your technicians, and if you're being a good team player, then you have a professional attitude, whether you're getting paid or not. And if you can manage a positive, fun energy on top of that professional attitude, then you're going to be a person that everyone wants to work with. Because what really matters, in the end, is how you conduct yourself in auditions, rehearsals, and performance. So go for a little more Kermit and a little less Miss Piggy, and see how people respond. Until next time, I'm Barbra French, and thanks for listening.
I forget to say the like and subscribe, and share into this podcast, and sign up for this email so that I shall let you know when the acting classes or the vice ready. Bork, bork, bork.